Hello gardeners, I'm Laura and welcome back to Lonely Pines Farm. We are on the tail end of our first winter storm with temps that got as low as 8 degrees, which is unseasonably cold for us. So I figured now is a good time to talk about what we did to protect our tender perennials from the storm. So before we get started, let's talk about why overwintering is so crucial for tender perennials. Is a perennial that originates from a warmer climate and is unable to handle the kind of harsh conditions that might come with winters in your area. And in some cases, if you don't provide the protection that they need, they may not make it to spring. In an ideal world, you would first assess the health of your plants and make sure that they're in tip-top shape before winter even gets here. Look for signs of disease, pests, infestations, and try and get a handle on those. It's essential to start with healthy plants for a successful overwintering process. All right, and then once you've got them healthy, it's time to prune. Our status here was about hip high before we cut it all back. You want to cut it back to the base of the plant and get rid of any extra greenery or any dead plant material. Not only does this help with getting rid of some of the potential for disease and pests because you don't have that space for those things to live in, it also helps redirect the plant's energy into focusing on the roots instead of focusing on the things above ground. And that's because the roots are where it's at. The roots are the important part. What you're seeing down here is a thick layer of mulch that we've applied to help protect and insulate the roots of the plant. You can also use things like cardboard, or some people will go do fabric like we had over the strawberries over here. That's in bad shape. Don't look at that. But the fabric would work great for overwintering. And snow is also a fantastic insulator. Even when the air temps get down to, say 8 degrees, the snow will keep it insulated at 32. So it's actually a good thing. And then also, yes, leading up to winter, you want to taper off your watering. You don't want too much water over those winter months, which could cause rot and severe freeze around the roots. So just taper it off. And obviously, right now, we're not watering. We do get a lot of winds here, so a wind buffer is something that we could consider. It's not something that is so extreme that it's built into our plan at the moment, but if you get a lot of bad winds in your area, that's something to consider. And then lastly, if you have any tender perennials that are in pots, just bring them inside. You can try and insulate around the container and insulate on top, and sometimes you can have some success, but if you've got the space, I would definitely recommend just bringing them in. And there you have it. That's our guide to overwintering your tender perennial plants. So with a little care and preparation, you can help those plants make it through winter. I am absolutely freezing, so I'm going to go inside. But until next time, happy growing.